Hey guys, hope everybody's doing amazing. Thank you on the ones and twos. Jamie Hopkins in the background, keeping us live on Restream. I'm here with me tonight with Heather Witherspoon and Tisha Johnson. And my title for this broadcast was $337,000. Wow. Did y'all see that money I just put on that paper? And let me tell you something, guys. It's more than just putting the money on the paper. It's about the strategy and the action behind it. But if you never sit down to put your potential revenue on the paper or have a professional show you all the places you're missing money, you're going to keep missing the money. So, Heather, and if you want to grab your replay, go to bit.ly/ Black Friday Money, only $29. You got about 24 hours to grab it. 11 ways to monetize Facebook groups, whether you have groups or not. Whether you have groups or not. And I got to show them on the spot how Facebook groups pay me, how I monetize Facebook groups, 30 ways to Sunday, and how you can do the same thing by being deliberate. So, with that being said, Heather, what was your biggest takeaway?
My biggest takeaway is that you did everything so fast. I mean, it was like literally less than 5 minutes to show how to make this much. And it was something that's so small that we think is so hard, and it's not. It's very, very easy. Things that we're overlooking, that it's right there in our fingertips, right there in front of our face. And you did it within 5 minutes.
But that time factor is a knowledge factor too. Because what it boils down to is you simply don't know what you don't know. So while you running around hustling, trying to make twos and fews, there's so much money available to you that you don't know about. Mm-hmm. And with me, it's been a progression. I didn't learn how to make that much money overnight. But when you hire a coach, you get to skip the rigmarole. You don't have to figure out year one how to make 100,000, year two how to make 200,000, year three you may get a quantum leap and make $400,000 or $500,000. Year four you may make 750, maybe make $1 million, but you don't have to go through that process. Mm-hmm. You just have to fight the internal battles that keep you from getting out there and opening your mouth when there's so much money out there, there's so much money available. And again, the fact that people will pay if you know what to say to them.
Yep.
And even if you don't know what to say, if you ask often enough, somebody eventually is going to pay. Bottom line. So Tisha, what was your takeaway? What was your biggest takeaway?
Well, Coach, you always shut it down, and it just never.
Shut it down, shut it down. You girl, shut it down, shut it down.
Yeah, and it's something that you say all the time is having the right strategy, knowing what to do, knowing what to say, and being consistent with it. That's key to our money.
Man, that consistency blows away almost any and everything else. There are people with the right strategy that don't do anything. There are people with the right stage presence, professionally polished, all put together, that don't do anything. And again, when you don't have that strategy and you're not willing to invest for it, and then you're not willing to act on the investment, then you're sitting there just losing money. But I literally put that much money on paper for them. Toya was there. Toya, if you watch tonight, comment in the chat. And it was an eye opener for so many people as to how many ways to monetize your Facebook groups that you never even thought about. Or if you thought about it, you didn't know how to go about doing it. So if you go to bit.ly/ Black Friday Money, and I want to ask y'all a hard question too. bit.ly/ Black Friday Money. The webinar was only $29. I'm thinking about taking all of my webinars to $99 in the new year. And let me tell you why. I really feel like every class that I have is a 7-figure masterclass at this point. Because I'm not showing you how to make $100 anymore. I'm not showing you how to make $50 anymore. I'm not showing you how to do some little side hustle and bring home $300 or $400 a month. I'm showing tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars every single time I do a masterclass. So I think I'm going to call it the 7-figure series. I think I'm going to keep doing some of the smaller masterclass, maybe leave them at 29. But for the people that really want to level up in their revenue, you know, charging a 7-figure price, and to me, $99 is more than worth it. I'm gonna let y'all weigh in. What y'all think?
I think it's a steal. That's a steal.
I do too. Even at $99, it's people out here charging tens of thousands of dollars that don't that won't teach you what I taught you tonight for 29.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It is absolutely a no-brainer. You know, and if you don't know how, you got to get in, and you got other ways to get in. So
yeah,
you have no excuse. You know, not.
Diane said the class was gangster, but if it's gangster,
Yeah.
and you know, Coach, you always tell us you don't know what you don't know, and with these courses put together just for that little amount, yeah, that's a steal.
I agree. I think I'm gonna level up in the new year because number one, that Nikki said it was worth it and more. She said I have coach withdrawal. You know, number one, I want women to really understand their 7-figure potential and what is required for you to invest, for you to reap that 7 figures. You're not gonna get there with $29 investments. $29 is just enough to open your eyes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You still won't have the strategy to execute the level of those numbers that I put on the paper tonight. So bit.ly/Black Friday Money, 11 ways to monetize your Facebook groups, whether you have Facebook groups or not. And there's so many ideas that we didn't even cover. There's for every industry, there's literally 10 or 15 ways you can monetize that group. And the groups grow like wildfire, even without you putting people in them. But you've got to do the right things by the groups if you want them to grow and be profitable. And there's so many free groups out there right now that most people are probably thinking, well, nobody's going to pay me for my information. But it's something about free that people really don't value. Tisha, what was your favorite part of the class?
Oh, let's see, which part? It's always you taking that blank sheet of paper and you just get to going. You know, like you said, it's the knowledge, but the fact that it's possible.
It's probable.
Yeah.
It's just like Nike. It's just that, just do it. And the vast majority of us don't have it not because we don't know, or not because the knowledge is inaccessible, but because we don't believe. Because we don't believe and we won't act. I talked to a lady today and she was like, yeah, I got all this stuff going on, you know, all this emotional stuff going on. I think I'm just going to give my business a break. I said, can I ask a hard question? Because y'all saw me break down the other morning on the morning show. I had to go on dark. I didn't even come back that morning. But with all of that said, I would rather not to have to fight the money too. You understand what I'm saying? I ain't got to go to work in the midst of my grief. What I did that day, I went, I took a nap, I got up, I changed clothes, I act like it was a brand new day. Came back out. You don't have them kind of options when you got a job. You understand what I'm saying? So why do we put our dreams on hold if we don't put our jobs on hold? And that's what I was telling you tonight, Nikki. Yeah, it's going to always be some stuff going on. But there are some strategic things that you can do in your business. Grow a team, build some leaders, delegate to people around you, so that even if you could just keep going at a bare minimum, you still, yeah. Nikki said, I did that and I'm suffering the consequences. Yeah, and that's why I try to tell women, if this is your dream, you got to find a way to keep going regardless. One thing we as women don't realize is that we do break. We break physically, we break mentally, we break emotionally. And there are just some days that we can't do it. So for us not to have a contingency plan, for us not to have a backup for when that happens is egotistical, narcissistic, and almost just plain foolish. Because there will come a time and a day where you can't do it and you're going to need the support. So why not set the support up in advance? So yeah, I took a blank sheet of paper and I showed them exactly how to monetize their Facebook groups, well over $300,000 and beyond. I just quit. And here's the thing about me. I'm not showing you anything I haven't done personally. And with even bigger numbers than that, I just took the bare minimum numbers, and you guys know what my numbers look like. So I just took the bare minimum that anybody could do, and I monetized them to well over 330, maybe 40, $50,000. And I showed them in a way that they can go back and replicate it, right? bit.ly/Black Friday Money. If you're doubting investing in Heather, if somebody says, yeah, right, I don't think that webinar is going to be that good, I don't want to invest my $29 in that webinar, what would you say?
You crazy. You crazy. If you need help and you don't know where to start, or like you said, I'm afraid. People always say, scared money don't make no money. If you afraid, this is your chance. And it's only $29.
And we talked about how much we spend on lunch.
Mm-hmm.
People spend $29 on lunch, dinner a day.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm always skeptical when people are hesitant to spend $29 to learn how to grow their business. And then not only that, it's tax deductible.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know it's tax deductible, I throw money in my business because I know I'm going to get it back. I'm not only going to get it back in harvest, I'm also going to get it back in the form of deductions. And that's one of the reasons Jeff Bezos, why he's one of the richest men in the world, ain't paying no personal income tax. Because he threw his stuff in there. So the webinar was tonight. If you go ahead and register, you'll get the replay within 48 to 72 hours. You'll get the notes, but you really should have been there. You really should have been there. Don't keep missing these turns and these swerves. You are closer to $1 million than you think. And until somebody expands your mind, deprograms your thinking, keeps you from thinking institutionalized, and breaks up that follower mentality, you really don't know how close you even are.
Yeah, Coach, you asked us how much money do we spend on lunch. A couple weeks ago, people were standing in line for hours at Popeyes for something that was going to last not even long enough to remember. But if you couldn't take that same 2 hours that you stood in line at Popeyes to invest in yourself for $29, come on, that's going to give you back if you work it. It's a no-brainer.
We live in a Google age, so I think so many people are conditioned that I can just go on Google and find that information. You will not go on Google and find the information that I share with you tonight. The only place you could get that type of information is next to somebody who actually earns seven figures a year and beyond. Because you don't know what you don't know. And until you've done it and can look back and say, well, this is how I made it, you won't know. You don't know. So no, it was an amazing webinar. If you just do one thing out of that webinar, you're going to earn 100 times your money back. Just one thing. Much less 2, 3, 4 much less the entire list. But the information is out here. You guys are going to have to decide who are you going to invest in to take you to the, you know that Drake was the most downloaded artist for the decade?
I didn't know that.
Drake.
Don't look like that. Let's talk about why.
Kiki, are you riding?
Let's talk about why. Think about the last 10 years. Who has put out more music than Drake? Last 10 years. Nobody.
No,
That's true.
no.
Last 10 years, ain't nobody put it. See, sometimes you win by showing up. You win by default.
That's good.
Consistency.
That's that same consistent and collaboration. Look at how many people's songs he was on. So between the two things we've been stuck on, consistency and collaboration, it will make you more money than you think it will. Who are you collaborating with? And are you consistent? I keep up because I got kids. And 10 years ago, my kids were in middle school listening to Drake. And Drake had song after song after from 0 to 100. I got enemies, got a lot of enemies, got a lot of people want to take me for my energy. Yeah. So if you look at how many albums, how many songs, he went from him and Nicki, because he was riding with Nicki when Nicki was hot. Him and Lil Wayne, him and The Weeknd. Just look at the number of songs he's put out.
Yeah.
You can't beat consistency, guys. You can't beat it with a stick. So be on the lookout for our decade vision board party, a vision for the decade. It's gonna be amazing. I think we're gonna get all dressed up and everything. I think we need to wear our ball gowns and post pictures on Facebook. I think we need to do a best dress. We need to put our makeup on, because you know how you do that New Year. That's how you do all year. So guys, again, if you're looking for that opportunity to monetize Facebook groups, whether you have started or you haven't, go to bit.ly/Black Friday Money. Don't miss out. I'll be back bright and early tomorrow morning between 7 and 7:30 with the morning crew. Thank you, Heather. Thank you, Tisha.
You're welcome.
Because I know y'all minds is buzzing. I know y'all minds is buzzing.
Very much so.
Y'all probably ain't gonna be no time soon, huh?
No.
Well,
I'm fighting sleep now.
Love you guys.